stuff like that.
Should be 10 billion. Yeah, he's suing him for 10 billion. And I just thought it was funny because Rupert Murdoch's net worth is like 20 billion. And then
lights go dim, the vibe takes hold. Gem and Dame break stories bold. Odd squad gathers, we're on a roll. Late night trip where the tea is gold. Oh,
What up? Welcome to the Daily Drip Show. We got a solo dripper but y'all, and we coming through with my man Dane.
so drip on that mass choir. Yes,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Like and subscribe. This is our Daily Drip Show.
Yeah, we got a lot of people coming through too, so I want to make sure that people do that because it's free. Hit us with a heart, hit us with a thumbs up, get us engaged. If you don't like what we saying, please put it down in the comments because they takes on all the smizzoke. So go ahead and do that.
Please. You know, I'm a chimney. Me and the producer been even we've been having cigar conversation, if you will. Talking about the latest and greatest nonsense that's been gracing our, social media platforms, and YouTubes and everywhere else for that matter. Biggest conversation we've been having has been about, of course, the Obama situation, with the DOJ possibly charging him for the Russia collusion situation, which probably never will happen. We all know this. This is a story as old as time, right? It's always been a president or a vice president or a senator somewhere, that's been indicted or getting ready to be indicted or a discussion of an indictment. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
See, here we go. You and Jim be on the same thing, trying to tell the producer what to do.
Artificial intelligence. Oh, where's Tulsi? She's like hotter than everybody. She's the hottest one in the room right now because she found out with certainty. I think we knew it before, in all fairness, Tulsi, but now you have certainty. She has all the documents. She has everything that you need. And she found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections and they cheated without question. It's not even a quote. Would you say there's even a little question there, Tulsi? She says no. And you found things that nobody thought we'd ever find. And very happy and very honored to have you with us. She's right now, by far, Speaker. She's hotter than you right now, Speaker. She's the hottest person in the room right now, Speaker. So, Tulsi, great job. And I know you have a lot more coming. She told me you've seen nothing yet. So I heard those rumors about you, but now I know they're true. So we're very proud of you, Tulsi.
You all have heard of this, I'm sure. But, with him, basically, they have released some redacted files that they were basically trying to bury. Basically, him giving the go-ahead for them to push the Russia collusion situation. They interfered with the 2016 election after Trump won. What's going to become of it? Who knows? Honestly, what is going to come of it is going to be a lot of talking points. Democrats and Republicans are playing the game of who's going to get indicted. I've been doing this since, like I said, since forever, since Nixon. It's always been somebody about to get indicted. But it's very interesting though, because they got it in black and white. So you got the evidence right there, but we all know that it's got to go through Congress and they all got to give their say on it. But bottom line is, from the looks of things, the unblemished record of Obama and his stint in the White House, it looked like he's not leaving without any dirt on his hands.
Controversy. Yeah, I mean, I am tired. I am tired as hell of the bull. That's really what I'm getting at. I am fatigued of the back and forth of some 2016. That's almost 10 years ago, man.
Man.
You hit that back almost a decade. Talking about some emails, some lock her up, lock him up, lock them up. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I think the American people might be tired of that too. Like it's real stuff happening in the field right now where you got people that they can't pay for stuff. You got people that can't go to school. You got people get people getting hit up by ICE and all that stuff. It's so
Yeah.
much stuff coming now that people are really getting fatigued. You got other people in the country trying to break off and annex their own piece of land for themselves and have, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
my own
Yeah.
phenotypical people be with me type, like wagon circling type stuff. And that's what really happens before the collapse of a society. And so when you start getting into the back and forth of political pundits talking about using justice system, and rightfully so, it happened on his side, right? It happened to him too, where Trump is gangster because he had to take a mug shot and all this kind of stuff. It's like we going back and forth with this, WrestleMania. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. That's it. Moving on from that.
Don't say that too loud.
But
don't say that too loud.
Yeah,
it's just all a big distraction at the end of the day. Between that, even the Epstein situation, it's all a huge distraction from what's really going on and what needs to be fixed. And we all know this.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm gonna pull up that for a hot second, because that's one of the main things that people on the left and the right should care about is they damn kids. I mean, that's really what that's coming down to. Is not about who it is. It's about what it is, and the reason why people aren't getting their just due or justice is because people are trying to pick their favorite flavor of the day and move on with their life type of deal. Like, I think I want some vanilla. So let me go ahead and
loving hip hop, the White House edition.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and this is going to continue for as long as it can. We know this until they actually finally release the damn files. People look at them, and the sad part about it is, even when they release them, people are really not going to read what's in them. Keep in mind, they're more focused on who's named in it, but not why they're
the actual issue. Yeah,
and what did they do? And that's my question. I'm like, okay, Trump's name mentioned several times. Does it mention him holding hands with a 5-year-old? Is something bad happening? I'm like, you talking about a guy who was a so-called financier, one of the biggest to ever do it out of New York and knew everybody. Of course, I'm like, my name might be in there. I might have sold him insurance. Who knows? Does that mean that I actually did something? So can we read the files before we are, oh, yeah, such in there. And I heard my auntie was in there. Who cares? What were they doing in there? That's the question. But no one wants to answer that or ask that for that matter.
President Donald Trump in May that he appears multiple times in the files related to the disgraced late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein died in his New York prison cell in 2019 as he faced a series of sex trafficking charges. Meanwhile, a U.S. House Oversight Committee has voted to subpoena the documents related to the case. And Janice McGregor is live there for us in Washington with all the details. Janice, what more can you tell us about these latest revelations?
Well, I can tell you down here in Washington, if you watch the media, pick up a paper, pictures of these two old friends, video of them together around beautiful women are everywhere, really kind of dominating this town. Donald Trump always downplaying how much he knows about this, of course, but the Wall Street Journal's revelation yesterday that his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, briefed him about the fact that his name does appear in the Epstein files earlier this spring, that is now raising more questions about why the disclosures that even many Republicans have been calling for haven't happened yet. The White House doesn't deny that Donald Trump's name appears in these documents, but it is dismissing this latest reporting as fake news. The Attorney General's office says nothing in the file warrants further investigation or prosecution. But without knowing why or how Trump's name comes up in these files, there's a lot of skepticism that remains. Trump is now suing the Wall Street Journal for its reporting a few days ago of a suggestive birthday letter that Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein. It featured the drawing of a naked woman and a reference to their wonderful secret. The White House has removed this outlet from the press pool for Donald Trump's upcoming trip to Scotland in an act of apparent retribution. But if this lawsuit proceeds, that inevitably is going to force more disclosures so they can figure out whether it's true or false.
Yeah, which is insane. You heard of how much he's suing them for, right?
What? No, I haven't heard.
Yeah, 10.4 billion.
Oh my god!
And it's so funny because
you put your pinky up to your lips when you say some shit like stuff like that.
It'd be 10 billion. Yeah, he's suing them for 10 billion. And I just thought it was funny because Rupert Murdoch's net worth is like 20 billion. And then also they wrote in the company's earnings and what they're worth in direct correlation with that number that sits in Rupert Murdoch's account. So he's really trying to bankrupt them at this point. Because he actually, and rightfully so for him to sue, if he didn't draw the pictures and all of that, and it's fake news as he put it, whatever, sue him, whatever. They've been putting out, it's been ridiculous. The news cycle has been ridiculous for just way too damn long. Anyways, like it's been wild, wild west on the news. They'll say anything today. So
yeah,
now people are getting fired. Heads are starting to roll a little bit.
They are, but I mean, is it really, worthy of all of that? If it's the truth, then it's the truth. I mean, we all gotta, go with what we got at some point. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, they actually approached him. The funny part about it is they did actually approach him with the story, and he definitely told them, like, I didn't write that. That did not come from me. If you decide to put that out there as try to make it real news, I will sue. He did tell them that, And Rupert was like, I don't give a damn what you talking about. You're going to put it out there anyway. Man.
Yeah, so this came from the Daily Beast. Like one of the things that was some of the damning information that came from, some of the audio tapes from Jeffrey Epstein, where he says, I was Donald Trump's closest friend. And, at that point, we got President Trump saying, well, he's just some guy. I don't know him like that,
Yeah.
So like somewhere
I only live down the street from him.
Right. And I'm on and I kicked him out my golf club because he's a creep. Like, what's up with that? Like, but
you was at the party, so you was kicking it with him. Your arm was around that man. And it's okay. This man was the biggest financier pretty much in the world. His ties was ridiculous. You know what I mean? So it's smart. It was smart business to be near Epstein once upon a time. So sitting there pretending like you never knew him, that's telling in itself,
Yeah. And I mean, in the Daily Beast, it says new tape shed light on a barely explored part of Trump's past, his long-term friendship with the man who will become one of America's most notorious sexual predators. Trump in the last 3 days of campaign and that's what this picture of in Saturday in Salem, Virginia. And this is the picture by Brian Snyder from Reuters. So, it gets weird for me as a person who is very pragmatic about these types of things, where, I hardly be caring about a bunch of random theater, right? This is WrestleMania, like I called it before.
Right.
But it's just certain aspects of it that don't sit well with me, which is if if people were picking out kids with body parts, one of the two, because that's also part of some of the documentaries that's been going on about eugenics programs and XYZ.
Right.
And those are the things that I care about more so than who was flying at that point, because then it gets to the point where, okay, if that's just one of many enterprises, because if you're taking embryos, if you're taking body parts, if you're doing this, if you mixing your stuff with rhinos or whatever you're doing, those are the things that are diabolical. Like if it was Inspector Gadget with what was that mad? Is that the name of the dude? I'll get you next time, Gadget. With the
I can't even think of the name of the guy. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. And that's been our conversation off camera anyways. That's why that was a big deal as far as with Planned Parenthood. Because I'm like, okay, what are they doing with those babies?
Exactly.
And then you getting all these extra news about finding fetuses and basements by the hundreds. Crazy stuff that's been going on. Eugenics is still as big as it is today as it was 50 years ago.
Yeah, with Margaret Sanger and this and that.
Yeah.
So as far as the theater, I give a B+ for effort. When in doubt, you throw a black man up under the bus, and then that allows some people's hatred to kind of dissipate to something else. But others should be focused on what's deeper than that. What is deeper than rap? That kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it. But we can move on.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm on both sides of the coin, honestly. But at the same time, too, I'm not about to sit here and let them try to, put certain people on podiums and propose them to be holier than thou when they do got their hands dirty as hell, just like everybody else. I'm all about maximum exposure, especially if it's going to lead to the real conversations.
Right. And for me, the real conversation goes back to the other generations that come after us. What's up with their safety? That's what I care about.
Right. And speaking of
safety, link it back to Jim Jones. How she be trying to do with these segue queen.
Right.
We gonna go ahead and
speaking
hit this.
Of textbooks, look at this fire.
I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't outlawed, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Okay, so quite a bit to unpack there. And this has been a conversation I've been having offline a lot as well. People, because I don't watch that podcast for one, but that clip has been everywhere. That's gone viral. I guess good for Michelle, as the producer would say. I'm not gonna finish the whole statement, but the way he preferenced that, I thought was very interesting. I had my favorite professor was gay. I didn't understand. I didn't understand the importance of highlighting the fact that he was gay. Right.
I agree with that.
I didn't understand that. My favorite professor, he could have shouted him out. He could have said his name. Right. I thought that would have been even more powerful. My professor, Dr. Chucklesmith, he was very powerful. He's very, he was a very open person with his lifestyle. He could have left it at that. Then all of a sudden he flipped right into gay binary and how they have someone to talk to in their friend group. And I'm like, what did that have to do with learning kindness and empathy while in college? And
to me, that kind of leads back to some of the policies that go on in schools today where people are talking about sexuality when it has nothing to do with sexual education when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like the biology of sex. Fine.
But it also helps you understand the policies that he was all for
right
in his 2 terms. It explains a whole lot. You know, you were definitely making it very, very comfortable for the professors like your professor in the world, which is fine if you know, I don't have a beef with that at all. But it's like, you know, a lot of people took that a bunch of different ways. You know, they're like, so you're saying that you have to be friends with someone that's gay? I'm not saying don't be friends with somebody that's gay, you know, but I just felt like he was continuously pushing the narrative when honestly, being on that podcast, he should have been putting his damn foot down against some of the stuff that his wife been saying about men in general.
Right. I would have came and said, hey, hold on. You don't want you would not want to have a son? What?
I would have started with that.
What's wrong with a OBJ Jr.? You know what I'm saying?
Before we get into anything, I want to be the first to say, if I want a damn son, we're gonna have a son, and he's gonna be a great man. What do you mean? You know, I would have led with that because that's what everybody's been talking about. You know, what I took from it, and this is our messy media, if you will. But what I took,
I got something for some messy media you don't know about it.
Okay. But that was my way. That to me, I felt like that was just damage control because you know that they've been roasting them for weeks about possibly getting divorced. But the way she's been talking, she's been kind of reinforcing the thought, in my opinion, right? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I'm just be real. The way that he was sitting down and everything, like it was real. Well, feminine. I wouldn't even call it. Yeah. All right, you go ahead. You said
it was feminine. He fit right in with the situation that was going on because her brother gives a very effeminate stance on things as well. He's not combative. He's not pro bros at all. I've never got that energy from him. He's just too agreeable for me. You know what I mean? As a man, and I'm not saying you got to go everywhere and be Conan, you know, and take a stance and this is it. You ain't got to do all of the usual podcast antics. You know what I mean? But dude, where's your backbone? Like,
meanwhile, you know, she's sitting like she at the edge of the bench for the Chicago Sky or something. You know what I'm saying?
Head of the table. She runs this. This her thing. You know, she the Oprah. You the Stedman. You know what I mean? Like it was that kind of energy.
Like he
was. So it was just weird. It was just weird to see a president like that being reduced to a hamster with gay friends. It was just weird. It was just weird.
It just threw me off where you're trying to make who someone has sex with the important part of the reason for your friendship with someone. When you know, I mean, what they make up less than 10-11% of the population, maybe. As far as you know, LGBTQ plus blah 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 yada yada. But at the same time, many people that I know that are in that particular lifestyle, they don't lead with that first. But why would they? Why would they?
Because, like you said, it's a lifestyle. It's not race. What do you identify as? A black man? No, I'm a gay man. No, it don't work that way. Matter of fact, half of the, you know, I got gay relatives. Naturally, it was like he on some trash. Why was that important? Everybody said the same thing. So it's not like we're tripping. It's not like we're homophobic, any of that. But it's obvious. Like, why did you decide to highlight a gay man and non-binary people? Where did that come from with empathy and kindness?
So in the put it in like relations to now in futuristic terms, right? Where people gonna be dating AI bots or something like that. For you to come out and say, y'all need to respect me because me and my AI girlfriend is we out here. Like you need to acknowledge us. Why?
Bruh,
what would you like to eat, sir? That's what I asked.
Like, man, shut up. Don't make me program a woman to come beat your girlfriend up. My AI girlfriend or my AI neighbor will beat your girlfriend ass and cuss you out because you a chump. Who cares?
I'm just trying to, you know, illuminate how ridiculous that
Yeah.
sounds to lead with what you choose to have sex with. That's or whom I should say, or it can be
Right.
a what, right? Like everybody, I'm in the cars. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm
I
really
eat
in the
chicken.
cars.
I eat chicken. You talking about the chicken man? Like, it's all, to me, it's all dumb. People are people. To me, the toughest guys I know have empathy and kindness, because it takes a certain level, of emotion, of being comfortable within your emotion to have that, to say I sympathize with you. That's why I'm not gonna smack you, because I know you're in pain already.
Right. I mean, some of the strongest dudes is gonna be, uber we'll say
Okay.
masculine, because
Right.
you when you are in that frame, you have to be cognizant of everybody else's feelings and negate your own. That's how
Exactly.
that works. So
Exactly.
a feminine mindset is to come in and express to everybody,
It's
hey,
all
this is
about
who
me.
I
It's
am.
all about
Yeah.
me. Here I am. You have to validate me and validate who I am before you do anything. And it's like, okay, that's important. Why? But like I said, looking at how homeboy was sitting, his actions, I've never seen him so comfortable in his own skin. I've never, I felt like he's played a certain character for 8 years, and he no longer has to. That show got canceled, so now he's off into who he really is. That's the way I looked at it. But
I mean, they look like they ex roommates that the way that they
yeah,
came up and like, hey, what up? You know what I'm saying? Good to
yeah.
see you.
What's
Good
up with
to
it?
see
What's up, homie? And yeah, like I and didn't miss a beat. Like I was saying, I ain't got to do what a man tells me to do. She went right back into that energy. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
Right.
the
Right.
first lady. But
All right. So before we move on, I would be remiss to say, and for that in putting both of the presidents together, the DOJ has opened investigations and reviewed new materials presented by some officials regarding the 2016 election. As of July 24th, 2025, there is no official statement or confirmed evidence that reaches the legal standard necessary for the DOJ to indict Barack Obama for collusion involving the 2016 election. Allegations continue to be debated in political and media circles, but no formal charges have been brought and no indictment has occurred. But it's coming. But it's coming. Please don't ask about files.
And then we get the files, and then it's just gonna be a bunch of black lines on it, and we got to try to imagine what the hell they say up under there. Obama, he smacked
black line.
Black. And then after he talked to black, president was black, whatever.
You sound like that song. Black on black.
Black on black. Yeah.
That paper is black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
But just know, y'all, I don't foresee any Republican marches in the future about them charging Obama. I don't see that happening. I don't even see that even coming up in any debates later after this in 2020.
So here go the surprise that Dame ain't know he was gonna talk about today. His favorite team, the Jacksonville Punch Drunks, coming up.
For the first time, we are hearing from the 22-year-old man seen in this now viral video. It shows the man being punched in the face by police repeatedly during a stop in Jacksonville, Florida. The disturbing video shows officers busting out the window of the car and striking the man in the face several times before being dragged out. As the investigation plays out, the sheriff's office has released body cam video from the incident saying what was shown online does not tell the entirety of the story. William McNeil, the man seen in that footage, reflected on the encounter during his first public remarks earlier today.
I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I knew I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared.
CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdez has more.
Can you call your supervisor? All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is under pressure after this routine traffic stop in February turned violent.
I was really just scared.
The driver, William McNeil Jr., filmed the incident on his phone, which
That man definitely could take a punch. Me personally, I might have been screaming because I might want
You ain't
to add
lying.
an extra million. I'd have been screaming.
Yeah, he definitely did not go down off of two of the.
Definitely,
He gave a
definitely
command and acted at the same time. He said, "Get out the car!" At the same time, that
Get
he
up
punched.
the car. Wow. My man, like, that's the face of
I
make the
ate
check
that,
out.
first of all.
Make the check out to me right away. That's what that face said. That face said, thank you. This is the punch I've been waiting for all of my life. My life is going to be very, very different now. That's what that face suggested.
And to be honest, I followed this after I seen. I was, just thrown off about it. It was, as Black individuals, we have all come, at least if not in contact with something like this, been close to, or probably know somebody who has had this type of encounter. Whether it's warranted or not, it is very dangerous.
I've had it.
And from this particular situation, I also saw the body cam footage from the police officers that were involved, because they said, "Hey, you haven't seen the whole story." All that it really did was enforce the fact that you just didn't see their punches. It was the same scenario, the same everything else.
You didn't see when I threw the elbow,
right? And and they said, "Well, we didn't see this footage. We said that they acted lawfully because we didn't see any punches thrown." Well, that's because you know how I go, bad boys. Will you be running and shit, and just you see the camera jostling around? That's what you saw. Unless you got fist cameras that they gonna start putting on gloves or whatever with their brass knuckles or whatever. That's gonna be the next move. But
that'd be a thing. That'd be a thing. You see, now zoom in. This is when the jaw shattered. Like, you must comply. Comply.
Right.
That's gonna be the new meme.
He got out, put his hands behind his back. They punched him and said, "Get on the ground and put your hands behind your back."
Okay.
Okay. Show me your hands. After you punch me, yes. And then how they wrote up the the actual on the docket is what they said is that he had a knife in the car. The knife isn't a weapon because he never put the weapon out. If he had it, you definitely would have whooped ass. Exactly.
Y'all would have shot. Y'all would have tased.
But y'all didn't even know it was up under the seat or whatever. And he never thought about using it. Why would he? All he asked for was a supervisor because he was trying to figure out why he got pulled over for fog lights when it's sunny outside.
Right. That was the part that messed me up. I'm listening to a talk. You guys are talking about fog lights. It's sunny out. My lights are not even on. Get off the car. He said, I'm about to get paid. And I'm looking at his mouth. Did he lose some teeth too?
Oh yeah, man. They did him dirty with the punches. They came out and showed each other their fists, like, yeah, look at my fist, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my fist too. I should have wore gloves.
Yeah. You see, man?
Oh, okay.
Right. Higher learning with Busta Rhymes. With my fist. Sad. So he getting a check. He getting a check.
I mean, but what that lets us all know is the power of filming during a police stop. whether you are by yourself or not. You need to do that.
And quick confession for my day trippers. Why do you think I do the common sense car runs? All right, because I keep my camera mounted. Unfortunately, I live in a very nice area, but I have to commute and I have to get on that freeway. And whether I'm coming from one of the richest areas in the world or whether I'm coming from the ghetto, I got to get on that freeway, right? I get pulled over. They don't know who I am, what I got going on, what dollar amount I play with. None of that matters when I'm pulled over and I have to have a conversation with the law, right?
What's the thing that matters most to you when you get pulled over?
Getting back home to my baby.
That's it.
That's
every time.
And so you're going to get a respectful conversation. Most of the time, and nothing against that young man, I understand completely, because it has been a time when I've asked for the supervisor myself. But I've done it in such tonality and on camera to where you can't say in a court of law that I was aggressive, that I wasn't complying with what was being asked of me. But I simply said, you know something, I think I feel much safer if you guys had your supervisor here with us. It's been times. It was one time I got pulled over in my younger years, leaving at the time my girlfriend, was my wife now, and I got pulled over by, it was 5 policemen, like 5 squad cars pulled me over. At that time, I was driving an 82 Cutlass Supreme. It was clean, y'all. 2-tone gray, really, really nice. I didn't do the usual stuff that people do with Cutlasses. I didn't have rims and all of that. I just had music, and it wasn't loud either. A lot of times at night, I don't ride around with music playing. I like to be very aware. And unfortunately, that does come from past PTSD of being in situations, riding around with people who had loud music and super duper unaware of what's going on in their surroundings. So I'd rather play up. At that time, the podcasting wasn't a thing, but I would maybe throw some light jazz or no music at all and just roll the windows down. I'm a big nature guy, whatever. But I ended up being pulled over, and 1 car turned into 3 cars. 3 cars turned into 5. And then next thing you know, I'm being asked to exit the car. And I'm calmly asking, what's the issue? What's going on? Oh, we found that your license has been suspended. Now, at that time, I did get pulled over a few times. I did have to go to court, very young, whatever. But I had cleared all of that stuff up, and they weren't trying to hear that. Only thing they wanted to do was tow my car and take me to jail. So I ended up in jail for all of about maybe an hour and a half. 2 hours tops, maybe. And then I bonded myself out. No big deal. Went and got my car that morning out the impound. Went to court. They threw it out, which was, I'm like, they like it.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money that you're forced to spend. You get what I'm saying? And
I'm saying that in that manner. Like, it's very unnecessary, very costly for no reason. So, driving while black has always been a thing, still is a thing, and will probably still be a thing in the future, no matter how sensitive the media and people pretend to be. But it is what it is. But I felt that young man's pain, because I know I have not. Now, I have been roughed up by cops on the streets, but never in like a traffic situation. But there's been situations where I've been hassled as a teenager. Me as well as the producer, we've come from an area where there's a high crime area. I will say that, where a lot of things took place, whatever. But I felt his pain through that camera, because you saw the tiredness in his face when that glass shattered. You saw his face. He had that. I'm about to get paid.
Here we go. That's what
we
that
go.
was like.
Yeah, he had that. Here we go. It's about to go down. Here comes the nonsense.
But what I do, like, the back and forth with the police a little bit, I understand it. but the object is to get home. And if you out here and you know that you dirty, try not to. That's. I know people say I gotta get to work, I gotta do X, Y, Z. It's probably safer to hit the bus. That's all I'm gonna say. It's probably safer to hit that bus.
Right. How about during the traffic stop? I found out that I actually had a daughter on the way because my wife's emotions were all over the place. We was on our way to a mall and got pulled over. They yanked me out, searched the car. Nope, really wasn't supposed to be searching the car. Searched the car, did all this extra stuff, took me to jail. I've had to do that 3 times. I thinking back on it, now it's all coming to me. I got pulled out the car at gunpoint and bonded myself out, and then went and got my car like maybe 2 hours later. No, I didn't. I had to go pick it up the next morning again. Oh yeah,
exactly.
Definitely had my run-ins.
But every time you got to pay, depending on when it was, $200, $300, $400, $500 to get your car out of the impound. Because if you don't, then they gonna charge you by the day after that. So it's very predatory.
Yeah, and I normalized it. It got so sad that I actually normalized it. I'm like, yeah, I go get in. It was like the fatigue in me as a 20-year-old kid at the time. I was just fatigued, but at the same time, I normalized it. Like, yeah, they locked me up. Yeah, I bonded myself out. Yeah, I gotta take me to get my car in the morning. Yeah, I'm pissed. You know what I mean? Like, that's no way to live. That's no way nobody should have to live. So
yeah. I mean, the most dangerous time to drive as a young black man is gonna be between the ages of 17 to about 30.
Definitely.
So you got more than 15 years right there where you gotta be, on your P's all the way. And it's very, very sad, where your parents is literally calling you, call me when you get there, be on the phone with me, like people go through that. Yeah. And then you get there, you got some people who extra skittish, so they be scared. What are you afraid of, Dane? Why you're acting kind of weird here? Have you been smoking or drinking? Have you been doing any of that? Where are you coming from? All that kind of stuff.
I will say, I've been blessed with a sense of humor. So if I can't get the main cop to laugh, the backup, I used to always had them laughing, just to keep them off my ass. As sad as that may sound, I'm like, okay, if the guy is extra zealous, I'm talking to the other guy. Hey man, looks like Officer Pritchard is gonna definitely need to go on decaf after this. What you think? Guy might get a chuckle. Oh, this guy here is a comedian. Whatever.
Tell me another joke.
Unfortunately, I have to disarm them with humor to keep them from, possibly snatching me out of a car. And I will never give that energy. I just don't. I never given that energy behind the wheel of a car where I'm high strung and upset. I always have to play it cool. Always have, because honestly, playing it cool has saved my life throughout. Being hyper extra is never work. I've never seen it work for anybody, so that's never my stance.
It always makes everything worse.
Every trip, I'm the guy telling everybody else, be effing cool. Everybody shut up. I'll do the talking. I don't need nobody saying nothing else. Nobody in this bitch got a law degree. Shut up. Don't say nothing. So that's usually more or less how I've handled things. And everybody said, Dad, that never go down. Because you all don't know how to talk to me in a lot of situations. Friends,
or just be present in the moment and actually realize who you dealing with. There's been plenty of times where I've been pulled over and the officer's on 10 and I'm never on 10. So it don't matter to me. You can say whatever. I'm still looking at you like, where are we at with this? You want to waste my time, or because we're both going to sit here and it's going to come back clear and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter to me. Am I getting a ticket or am I not getting a ticket? I've been pulled over in all kind of vehicles, motorcycles, trucks, car, sports car, my mama's car, Hey, this is a pretty nice car. How'd you get it? You see who it's registered to. We got the same last name. It's quite all right. It's not stolen. Here we go. You know,
Right.
Navigators and such back in the day when they was hot in the streets. There's no way you could be driving a Navigator. I guess not. However, it doesn't belong to me, but I'm driving it from practice because I'm a G. That's how that was going. And I'm gonna go swoop by the old chick's house on the way home real quick and get pulled over.
Else.
Exactly, get my ass pulled over.
Else.
I shouldn't just took my ass right home. That's how that go. That's what the conversation.
It always go like that. It always go like that. Yeah, it's always in somebody else's car. It's somebody else's nice car, and you already done put the play down. You done told her, yeah, I'm coming. Be on the lookout for that white thing that's gonna be in your driveway, playing the greatest of Marvin. I'm pew. Let me call you back.
Right, exactly.
No, you still coming? Let me see how this
yeah.
I'll let you know. Is that the cops? I told you. Bye. You know what I mean? So shout out to that man's family for holding him down. That's tough. You know that your son went through that. It's a very traumatic situation. I know his relationship in his new Porsche life is gonna still feel like it still could go down again. So he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder for a long time.
A long time. More than a decade. He gonna feel a certain kind of way.
That's gonna be a conversation because it's on camera.
Right. Especially when you had those kind of run-ins where you start, thinking about how you could have lost your life that day. And that's the thing that people take for granted in those kind of stops. It can get he could have lost his life from the punch in itself. So like
they could have hit him in the temple hard enough.
Exactly.
It could have been a different conversation. But yeah.
All right. So on that. What's the drip? What's the last drip? Let's make sure we also get engagement from our community on that. And we ain't gotta make it a psychological session asking people, how they feel when they get pulled over by the police and all of that stuff, because we all know how we all feel. But
that was some surprise drip. I wasn't expecting to talk about that. But overall, my question for you all is just peeling back to that Obama situation, what he said. Do you really feel like that you actually need someone gay in your life? Like, is that a prerequisite for your circle to be complete? If you have someone that's gay to teach you empathy and kindness, like, is that needed? Do you believe that? How do you feel about that? I know how I feel about it. I definitely know how the producer feel about it. We all a part of the NRA. We got all types of empathy and kindness for people, because there'd be a lot more people hurt if that was the case, But that's my one thing. And then my other question is, how do you all stay focused? And I say this because we're in a world filled with distractions right now, but stuff still got to get done. I don't care what's going on in the neighborhood. I don't care who may have got pulled over. Who wife is deciding to divorce whom. Trash still got to get pulled to the curb. Bills still got to get paid. Baby still got to get fed. How do you guys maintain your focus? Give me some different examples of how you center yourself. I'm a gym rat. I love going to the gym. Don't let the puffy cheeks and the belly fool you. I go to the gym, right? So that's how I keep myself together. But how do you guys, talk to me about that, my day drippers. How do you guys stay focused in this world filled with chaos, nonsense, and distractions? That's all I got for you this evening.
All right. So please remember to give us a like, heart, emoji, thumb, whatever you need to do in order to make sure that you engage with us. It's free on all of these platforms. Go ahead and do it.
And I love coffee too. Give us
all these
coffee.
Ninja watches and stuff. And we're going to have some merch coming out and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be kind of fly. So, we're going to, it's a lot of connoisseurs coming through with some stuff. We might even have something that might be iconic for what we got going on. So we'll get to that. But in the meantime, in between time, we thank y'all. And we definitely like y'all day dripping with us and nighttime dripping with us. We love the comments. And with that being said, holla at ya.
Peace. Plain_Dame on your socials. Feel free to play with me on Instagram.
Play with you, huh?
Yeah, play with me. Play with me in terms of conversation. Ain't no pause there. My day just is no the You guys have a good one.
Breaking news, they let it show.
Who got better music than us right now? I challenge y'all to find I challenge y'all to find a show with better music than this.
Stories flashing side to side. Cash is paid up, beats that glide. Join the squad, no need to hide. From the streets to city lights, they deliver day and night. Truth and
Late night whispers in the southern air. Gem and Dang got the news to share. From the Odd Squad straight to your screen. Drip so clean, you know what we mean. What up, Odd Squad, we got you tonight. Breaking it down to the morning light. Hit that substation.